Welcome to Shabbos Shoutout. In case you didn't notice, this past week's Torah portion is huge. Parshas Nusach is the longest Torah portion in the 5 books of Moses, weighing in at a whopping 176 verses, over 2,000 words, and over 8,000 letters. It's written on about 7.5 columns of parchment in a Torah scroll. One of the factors that contributes to its large size are the korbanos, the gifts that were brought by the princes of Israel, known in Hebrew as the Nisim. The Torah describes the offering of all 12 of the Nisim, the princes, separately, in virtually identical verses. The details of their donations are listed repeatedly, 12 times in all. What's particularly interesting is that despite the fact that each and every gift was the same as the one that preceded it, the Torah precisely repeats each offering. It doesn't skimp on a single detail or abbreviate its significance. We know that the author of the Torah, the Almighty, wasn't getting paid by the word. And in many places of great importance, the Torah is extremely brief or even silent. Why then does the Torah go to such lengths to describe the offerings of the Nisim? Walt Bettinger, the CEO of Charles Schwab, said that he learned the biggest lesson of his career from failing a one-question exam in college. It was a business strategy course his senior year of college. Bettinger had maintained a 4.0 average all the way through and wanted to graduate with a perfect GPA. But it all came down to the final course, that business class. He said, "I'd spent many hours studying and memorizing formulas to do calculations for the case studies. The teacher," Bettinger said, handed out the final exam, and it was on one piece of paper, which, he said, really surprised me because I figured it would be longer than that. Once everyone had the paper, Bettinger said, the professor said, "Go ahead and turn it over," and both sides were blank. Next, the professor said, "I've taught you everything that I can teach you about business in the last 10 weeks. But the most important question, the most important lesson is this: what is the name of the lady who cleans this building?" That had a powerful impact, Bettinger said. It was the only test I ever failed, and I got a B. It was a grade that I deserved. Her name was Dottie, and I didn't know Dottie. I'd seen her, but I'd never taken the time to ask her name. I've tried to know every Dottie since that I've ever worked with. Bettinger said that experience was a great reminder of what really matters in life, and that you should never lose sight of the people who do the real work. I began a few moments ago with a question. Why repeat the names of all the Nisim, the princes, and their gifts in painstaking detail in this week's Torah portion? The answer is that the honor that we are obligated to give to a fellow human beings is one of the most important lessons that we can learn. So therefore, the Torah repeated and repeated each and every Nasi, each and every prince, with the same enthusiasm to teach us the importance of respect for the individual. Respecting the dignity and the worth of every human being. Isn't that an important lesson to keep in mind, especially in these turbulent and difficult times? Good Shabbos.